Well, partial blackouts and water service disruptions happening across multiple parts of Ukraine today after what a Ukrainian minister calls a barbaric Russian attack on the country's critical infrastructure. These pictures showing the aftermath of a missile strike on Kyiv. The mayor saying one attack hit an energy facility that supplies power to 350,000 apartments in the capital. Well, the strike's happening amid calls for Russia to renew its participation in the Black Sea grain deal. 12 Ukrainian grain ships did leave port today, despite Russia withdrawing in reaction to what it claims was a Ukrainian drone attack on its Black Sea fleet in Crimea. Turkey's president vowing to keep grain shipments moving.
Even if Russia is hesitant about this because they are not given the same opportunities, we will continue our efforts with determination for the service of humanity.
Well, as the war continues on the ground and these assaults continue from the air, Salma Abdelaziz connecting us to the latest developments from Kyiv. And I want to talk about both the strikes, Salma, on land, on the capital of Kyiv and around the country, and indeed what is happening in the Black Sea, because the global impact of that, of course, is one that we have discussed at length here on this show. Let's start with those strikes, specifically where you are in Kyiv. What's the impact been so far?
Absolutely, Becky. We woke up, as all families in Kyiv woke up, to the sound of air raid sirens today. We could see explosions, or hear explosions rather, just behind me here. We could see smoke billowing, and we later found out more than 50 cruise missiles shot by Russia today across 10 different regions in Ukraine, hitting 18 different facilities, most of them energy-related, electricity-related. The result of that is here in Kyiv, 80% of the city's residents do not have running water right now. The mayor says officials are scrambling to try to bring that back up. You can imagine the suffering that's already causing. And again, not just here in Kyiv, but along the east as well. Critical infrastructure hit there, energy infrastructure, trains being cut off. All of this coming just a couple of days after Russia accused Ukraine of attacking its Black Sea naval fleet with drones. Ukraine has denied that accusation, but as a result of that, Moscow pulled out of this all-important grain deal that you mentioned, Becky, this UN-brokered, with Turkey's help, initiative that has allowed millions of tons of grain to continue to be exported out of Ukraine despite the conflict. So now the concern is that grain will be blocked again. What we know so far is there are dozens of ships, up to 200, more than 200 rather, vessels that are potentially going to be blocked, unable to get out of the Black Sea, unable to export their goods. We do know that 12 vessels, 12 ships, with the help of the United Nations and Turkey, were able to leave the Black Sea today. But Russia responded to that by saying if Ukraine carries on with the initiative without Russia's involvement, it could be, quote, risky and dangerous. Worrying rhetoric there. But yet again, Becky, this is the pattern we've seen. Russia taking this war out of the battlefield, inflicting civilian suffering and hitting the most critical, most basic things that people need: food, water, electricity, transportation. Every family here is worrying about how they're going to get through the winter, Becky.
Salma Abdelaziz is in Kyiv. Salma, thank you.